Hello, I'm Lucas, this is Strike the Sun MD, and I'm back for another Poetry Thursday, which is my friend's gift to me, and now my gift to you, once a week, to celebrate poetry. 2 weeks ago, he suggested I should do Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. And I was hesitant because it is nothing against Emily Dickinson, but it's the favorite poem of a sort of fallen star on BookTube. That channel was not for everybody, but I did watch that channel until some things came out. That's all I will say. But I would like to do the reading, and then I'll give my thoughts on it and how it makes me feel. Yeah. Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children strove at recess. In the ring, we passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tipper only tulle. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then, 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Maybe not the poem I should be reading in the wake of the coronavirus, given I'm in China. That was another thing I was hesitant about. I need good vibes. I'm stir crazy and stressed. But, I mean, just with that first stanza, because I could not stop for death, which he kindly stopped for me, tells me right away, death comes no matter what, no matter when, whether you're prepared or not. He's there for you. And, you know, the carriage takes just themselves or just ourselves and immortality, where we presumably will go to heaven because we are forgiven by God. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too for his civility. Again, with, when your time has come, it's come. You don't have choice in the matter. You will, whether you have finished what you want to do or not. In life, it's going to happen. It's inevitable and unpredictable. And I guess for his civility, death is serious. I don't know. We passed the school where children strove at recess. In the ring, we passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Definitely with the setting sun, it's like the end of the day, end of life kind of thing. But maybe these other images are like moments throughout life, like you're seeing your life again. Passing school, children at recess, in the ring, I'm not sure what that is, but passing fields of grain, the sun, something you would see every day, of course. And unless you're in the city, I guess you would see grain. or rather, he passed us. Which makes me think we passed the setting sun, or rather, he passed us. The setting sun being capitalized, he being capitalized. Does that mean the sun as in Christ? As in Christ passed us? Are we being forgiven? Are we so far gone? I don't know. There's something to think about. I think that's very intentional because she's a great poet. That ambiguity there with the setting sun, and he passed us. Concerning, I suppose. The dews drew quivering and chill. It's very cold, okay? Death, I get it. For only gossamer my gown. Gossamer is a light, it's very light material. It's very thin gown. My tipper, only tulle, Tulle. I'm not sure what that is. I know what tulle is because I looked it up, but I don't know what a tipper is. Maybe like a veil of some kind, like tip of your hat or something, I don't know. Which tells me the way she's dressed, she's not prepared. And probably no one is. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground, bringing, again, all throughout your life, moments through your life, I would think that this would have to be the gravestone in a cemetery. And then the last stanza. Since then, 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Which sort of makes me think when we passed the setting sun, or rather he passed us, she's not in hell, she's in limbo. And she's just been waiting and waiting for centuries by this point. Like, this is an old woman now, an ancient woman. But time has no meaning in eternity, or what meaning does it have at all? Time for us is just a blip, and ends unexpectedly and forever, where we will live with immortality and in eternity, possibly in heaven, possibly in hell, with what this says, or maybe possibly in limbo if the setting sun passes us too. I don't know. It was great to revisit this poem. I will be back next week, hopefully with something happier or less about impending misfortunes. Thank you for watching. Please watch next week.